God, he said to kill that person. And that's what Maccabees, Judas, Yahawah, and his brothers, Shemaiwan, and that's what they were doing at that time period. So now, this curse in Moses, in this captivity, first thing I want to show you is that this being fulfilled in Daniel's time was not isolated. That it happened before and it happened after Daniel. It happened with the Assyrians before Daniel was on the scene. Okay? In the 700s BC. Happened under the Assyrian Empire that took the northern kingdom of Samaria. And that's recorded in 2 Kings chapter 17.
And the Lord let all this happen.
It goes into so they were taken away and they walked into captivity. Remember, everybody's going to captivity has been walking into captivity. But Yahawah says that this final captivity, he says they're going to go to this captivity on ships.
Who was the king that rediscovered the book of law? It was hidden someplace and he found it. And he found out where it was written that all these curses were going to come if they didn't abide by the book of the law. And so when he found this, he pulled it out and started saying that we needed to start keeping the things that were written.
I believe that was...
it was one of the kings.
I believe that was... I want to say Josiah. Because a long time, that's when we read about the second, actually it was Hezekiah. Kazakiah, it was Hezekiah. And they realized that these days hadn't been kept. I believe it was Hezekiah. Might have been another king in addition to him that did something like that. I know he realized that they hadn't been keeping the feast. Alright, so let's go back to the captivity. We're going to put that down as a question. We're going to come back to that one, because I might be mistaken. It was either Hezekiah or Josiah. It might have been the one that had something to do with that also.
I realized they weren't doing it right.
Yeah, kind of. So anyway, now Daniel happened and did his captivities. I mean, he was in captivity, and after Daniel had other captivities. So the captivities and the curse poured out from the book of Moses was not one isolated instance that was only fulfilled in Daniel's time. Okay? Happened other instances. Because Yahawah said, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. Let's look in Leviticus chapter 26. And we can see it there also. What I'm going to do is we're going to just... The whole chapter needs to be read, but for time's sake, when you look at Leviticus 26, verse 16. Can you read that, Yahawah?
Verse 16?
Mm-hmm.
I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning ague, that shall consume the eyes, and cause sorrow of heart, and ye shall sorrow of heart, and ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it.
Verse 17.
And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth. And if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me.
So he says, if you don't want to listen to me when I'm punishing you, read.
Then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins.
So he says, I'm going to keep on punishing you. I'm going to keep on letting these bad things happen to you. Read verse 21.
And if ye walk contrary unto me...
Meaning we break his laws and commandments. We break the covenant that our fathers made with him. Korah.
And will not hearken unto me...
Go ahead.
I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. I will also send wild beasts among you.
So he says, if you keep doing this, disobeying me, he says what? I'm going to bring 7 times more plagues upon you. So he says, I'm going to keep on punishing you. Read verse 24.
Then I will also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins.
So he said, I'm going to keep on punishing you. You see that? So it wasn't an isolated incident. 7. I'm going to keep until this thing is complete, until it's finished. I'm going to beat you until you get it right. In other words, right now, like we read earlier, I mean, we can keep on reading all of this. We can keep on reading this, but now when you go into verse 40, read that.
If they shall confess their iniquity.
Remember Daniel said that they haven't confessed their iniquity? That's what Daniel said in Daniel chapter 9. He said they didn't confess their iniquity. So Moses said you have to confess your iniquities through Yahawah. Read.
And the iniquity of their fathers.
Okay, go ahead.
With their trespass, which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me.
Okay, we read about us walking contrary to him. Read.
And that I also have walked contrary unto them.
Okay, ahead.
And have brought them into the land of their enemies.
Once again, he brought us into the land of our enemies. It was never a time when we went in captivity that Yahawah is the one that say, okay, he had to give it the green light. When it was whether it's under the Romans, the Greeks, the Persian Medes, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Philistines, the Ammonites, the Moabites, everybody. He said, I'm going to put you in slavery. That's his modus operandi. That's his M.O. But y'all don't want to listen? I'm going to put you in slavery. You don't want to listen? I'm going to have them kill you. You don't want to listen? I'm going to have them take your women and your children and make slaves of them. You don't want to listen? You're going to die in warfare. Okay? So he says now, what's the last part you read? He's going to bring us to the land of our enemies. Go ahead.
If then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled.
Now, okay, stop right there. We got to humble our hearts. So now let's go back to Deuteronomy 28. But let's jump 2 chapters into the future. And let's read verse 1, 2, and 3. This is how you know that Israel has not woken up yet. We're in the process of waking up. Because these Jews around the planet Earth now, they call themselves Jews.
Who are they?
Who are who?
The people that are there right now.
Edomites.
The people that are calling
Those are
themselves
children of
Jews.
Esau. Those are Amalekites. Those are the head family of Esau.
So who are they fighting then? That's on the.
They're fighting.
Gaza Strip. Who are those
They're
people?
fighting a mixture of Arab and Greco-Roman leftovers from the conquest that Greece and Rome had in that area. They're fighting Ottoman Turks that conquered Constantinople in 1453.
Okay, so who are the Phalasha?
The Phalasha are Ethiopians that we taught that converted to the custom ways and traditions that Yahawah showed the Israelite forefathers. They're also remnants of those that were put in that land during the time of King Shalmaneser of Assyria.
So they're not blood Jews.
No, they're not blood Jews. They have the same history and bloodline as the other Ethiopians that surround them in Ethiopia that look just like them. They've just taken a more pure approach to life based on what Yahawah told Moses. That's the difference. They go with what Yahawah told Moses. Now, some of them branched off and joined the Syriac Coptic Church, which was the original church in the branch of the Roman Catholic Church that was in Egypt. They joined that church and took what they learned from us and mixed it with Catholicism. And now they have what they call Orthodox Christianity. But when you go to their churches, a lot of times they have the white Mary and the white, Jesus and Yahweh.
All wrong.
All right, so they have all of that there. So now the Phalasha, though, I will give the Phalasha credit. The ones that are dealing just with the Torah and the Torah and the so-called Old Testament, that's what they know. They didn't accept the white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed image. They rejected it. But if we go to them as the ancient biblical Israelites and show them these prophecies and what they're supposed to be doing as far as the Messiah now, they will receive us easier than they will receive the Europeans. Because, we can show that we are the connective piece to this piece of the puzzle, as opposed to being conquerors and colonialists that are trying to take their resources. So anyway, we in